Game of the day here, the 2019 Underwater Rugby World Championship here in Graz, Austria. Facing up each other, the Australian man in white versus the USA, the United States of America in blue. Oh, it's my first time commenting on the Australian men. Never had them before. I'm here with Wolf in the house. Now, I think it's going to be a fun game.
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear. I think it's going to be a fun game here between the USA and Australia. Australia is showing a very good performance here in this World Championship. The US also a tough opponent to face in this bracket. So we'll see who will get up ahead.
For what place are we playing here?
1 minute.
9 till 11, 12, something like this.
Okay. 14. So what's your estimation? I guess that's going to be a fight because...
they are now playing to get to place 9 and 10 as well. So
okay. So USA knows to place fast and they know how to score, and Australia is the new kid on the block. Quite a... Well, actually US is, but...
they were both in Cali.
Yes, sure.
So yeah.
Did you know, do we know how they... Well, the US did...
they placed...
Teams ready?
Or 8. Won't be an Austria.
6 players!
Austria in Cali. All right.
Here we go. Game starts. And...
Australia again going for the ball immediately.
Well, so did you, yes.
Okay. That's the level we're going for. Nice one. You got me there. Ball scrummed up immediately by the US here, trying to lock up the Australian players. I think Australia a bit the favorite in this game from what we've seen right now. But the US now trying to go forward, but being picked off immediately. Well done here, starting the counter-attack by number 69, Juan Colorado. Trying to move forward here onto the US basket. US Venerado picking up the ball, now moving back out. Nobody to pass to yet. Good at the door by Krzysztof Warszynski. Oh, but no, strong attack here by the US, trying to go in. Number 95 for the US man, Alex Williams. There's the call by the referee.
Free throw.
Holding by the
Holding.
Australians. Free throw for the US.
So I just had to install the live stream chat. We changed the laptop, so now we hear you, or we read you what you read on the, what you write on the live stream. And USA in ball possession here in the middle of the pool. And a heavy attack by the Australian players, solved by US. And we are on the way to the Australian basket.
Being stopped immediately. US now able to pass.
US players are circling around the Australian basket, establishing their attack pattern already. And US player is under the basket, waiting there, but his team colleagues are occupied by the heavy forechecking defense of Australia. Here it takes a little while for the team colleagues of number 69 to be in place. Brett Blandford. He was quite down there while fighting against two Australians. So it looks like USA have to find their attack rhythm. Very good forechecking defense here by the Australian. Ball drops down into the hand of number 31 of the Australian team, Gonzalez Serna.
Passing forward from Colorado. The Coyote, as it's written on the back of the shirt. Australia moving forward into the US half. A bit of an opening here underneath the basket.
Australia takes their time to give to prepare for the attacks, and the forechecking of we saw that already of the US is very aggressive, very fast, and Australia have to be careful while they're waiting to go in for the basket, not to lose the ball.
Good attack here, moving in from above. Ball still being able to move. Nobody here to receive the ball underneath the basket.
Australian player pushed the ball outside of the skirmish.
Castro for the US Americans, passing it forward.
This is a classical attack by the US, going forward really fast for the opponent goal. Stopped in the middle of the pool. A player from Australia was holding the feet, the legs of the US player. We have a visitor from Melbourne. It's 12:25 in Melbourne and Friday.
Ahead of time. Oh, good attack by the US Americans moving for the Australian basket.
Oh, that was close.
But cannot execute here. Kuandriamana.
That was the first real push on the Australian basket, and I think the first goals, or the first goal here, can be decisive.
Yeah, potentially.
But the teams right now face each other on a similar level concerning speed and agility, ball control. Right now, a little bit an advantage to the US with more push on the Australian basket. Saved pretty nice by number 1 of the Australian team, Feiti Corrales. And we're back at the US, on the way to the US basket. Ball dropped down from the hands of the Australian player in the hands of an US player, still on the surface, still in the half of the Australian team.
US now scrubbing the ball up on the surface, being able to pass it backwards, pushing it downward. The US trying to move into the corner. Checking of the Australians being in place here. Well done by the US Americans. They were circling the ball in front of the basket. The US trying to take the time here, building up the game. Ooh, now moving in onto the basket, but a quick forechecking here by number 8, Steve Kilpatrick for Australia.
Australia really has to break these attacks now of the US, otherwise they will definitely get a goal.
Trying to move out. Ooh, good pass forwards here.
Here we go. Australia is going for a counter-attack.
With the counter-attack, one US player, but a good pass into the middle of the pool. Can it pass?
Oh, into two US players on the surface.
Oh, the
ball is dropping down. Recovered by an US player. Call from the referee, holding without ball. Free throw against Australia.
Austria, Australia, quite a distinct difference there.
Just a small one, the Kangaroos.
Yeah, and Austria being the size of the continent. No Kangaroos in Austria. The ball here in possession for the US Americans. Free throw, Christian Parra going for the first pass here. US trying to position themselves on the basket, putting up a screen. Oh, good push into the corner. But oh, Canada can hold on here. US trying to move forward. Ooh, good basket to the right, but picked up, and number 95, Alex Williams here for the Australians.
It's a back and forth, but it's in favor of the game. That was... Oh, he didn't make it. He pushed the ball out of the hands of the goalie, of the Australian goalie, but he didn't make it into the empty basket. Pushed the ball next to the basket. Here we see it again in the replay.
Look at that.
Free throw White.
Free throw for Australia.
That was a good, great chance.
That was a 99.999 chance here for the US. The ball just
And we
sliding
have
away.
Fun fact from Sharp Like a Racer in the live stream chat. Ricardo Iriarte was the only player to successfully defend a penalty against Norway in the 2015 Kali World Championship. Thank you for that, Sharp Like a Razor. More of that, please. Ball still in the hand of the US, switching into attack mode, and the forecheckers of Australia are up for it. But the ball goes out of the skirmish in the hands of another US player and in Australian hands. We have now a heavy forechecking fight in the middle of the pool.
Pass down here by the Australians going for the...
There's a one-on-one chance for now. Chance is
Juan
over.
Colorado. Can he pass the ball downward? So this is covered by the US defenders. US defenders not being back in position.
Up on the surface.
You can't.
Call from the
You
referee.
can't play without your cap. Yeah. You can't play without your cap. The cap was off. You can't continue playing without your cap. You know.
Free throw for Australia. Yes,
Free throw White.
Without the cap protecting the ears of the
Continue
players.
to play without a cap.
And a player who's losing the equipment has to stop playing and move into the exchanging area. They might pick up some spare gear. They might have a teammate bring them their gear. Even the referees sometimes bring up the gear for players.
But not all equipment. If you lose a snorkel, you can still play, but the cap that identifies your and protects the ears.
You could also stop equipment playing without masks. It's quite difficult though.
Yeah.
But in general, usually when you lose the cap or the fins, you have to get out of the
The forechecking, oh nice
Good recovery by
action
Juan
here by
Colorado,
number 69.
Good pass forward.
Juan Colorado.
Number 17, Jens Kunze, moving for the Australians. Ball being passed backwards a bit. Juan Colorado again. Good ball handling by Juan Colorado here on the side of the Australians.
Push the ball behind his back. Always a risky pass if your teammates don't see it. Another attack from above, fended off by the goalkeeper.
US now Kunze. US defender holding
Ricardo here showed the defender of the US on the open side was holding him, but no reaction from the referee.
Colorado, the Coyote. Coming here behind. Passing forward, Scott Phillips, the captain.
Oh, he was holding the
sneaky.
ball on the surface behind his back, the Australian player, and the US player just
dropped
tips
it
it off behind his back.
Recovered by Australia though. Ricardo forward to number 28, Sebastian Vasquez. And Australia here circling the US basket, but oh, a good pass now in the corner, but he couldn't quite get a hold of the mouth.
In the hands of the
chest
goalkeeper. Number 14 of the US is wrapped around Oscar Maya. Wrapped around the ball.
Good attempt, but positioning a bit off here.
Maya was up for it and waiting for the ball.
Again, a kick on the head here. Still a good positioning there.
And
Should
another
be on the other side, but no.
There was no Australian player on the open side. The attacking player passed to the open side through a gap, but there was no Australian player.
By the Australians, trying to keep the ball in play. 3 American players are going for. Oh, and now the quick move here onto the US basket. Oh, good position here underneath the goalkeeper. Can't pass the ball.
Oh, this is heavy fighting, and that was again close.
Place picked up by the goalkeeper. Well done here by the US to clear the situation. Very critical moment here.
The game runs now in favor of the Australians right now. Ball drops down. No defender on the goalkeeper. Here they come again and take position of their own basket. Now Australia, I think, is a little bit in favor here, pushing hard on the American basket.
Scrummed up on the surface. 10 minutes played already here. 0-0 in the first half. Austria against Australia. See the US trying to move with Juan Romano, just trying to push the ball forward. The scrum though. Yeah, now ripping the ball out with a forceful movement here for the US Americans. Checking of the Australians, going for the ball carrier immediately. Now good position here for the US to move in.
And for quite a while, for some minutes, we stayed at the US basket. And now we move again on the Australian basket. Australia so far didn't manage, even though there were some chances to score, but it's the same for the US. They also had chances at the Australian basket and didn't put them into a score.
Yeah, 2 major chances here for both teams now. The more pressing one by the US Americans though, where the basket was basically empty. Now with a good counter-attack here.
Number 55 is going forward.
Going on to the US goalkeeper. Can he push it in? No, being snatched off the ball. Locked up on
and another wave comes in. That could be a chance.
Kunze here trying to get into the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper's been moved up. But the ball's
that's 3 chances, one after the other, and the next wave comes in. Australia is really relentless here, pushing hard on the US basket.
But the US defender now, trouble staying down here. He's always pumping.
And another break for the Australians on the surface to take a breath before they start the next attack.
Trying to steal the basket to number 5, Jared Carney.
But this time the US forecheckers are heavily in between. Number 69 of the Australian team is blocked. Juan Colorado.
The Coyote, it's on his back, written 69, the Coyote.
But still, Australian players manage to keep the ball in their ranks. And they're getting now in position
again
at the US basket.
Green here for the defender, but the ball not moving fast enough. Mankanen Iamano. Gotta read it. So Manakom Iamano. Might be so.
And the US tries to break through through the forechecking of Australia in the middle of the pool. And they made it and are in the closed side, at the cornered side on the surface, taking a breath. And we have the first attack after some time at the Australian basket. 1 minute, 1.5 minutes to go in the first half. And it's still a 0-0 for the US in blue against Australia in white. Again, the Australian fan club is singing loud on the steps next to our commentator box. Time is ticking down.
Laying down the time here.
It was really until now a back and forth between the 2 teams with many chances for both teams to score.
Here for the US. Oh, a good pass into the corner. Can he turn around and execute? But being attacked immediately by the forwards for Australia. But no defender here underneath the basket right now. Concentration, a scrum over the basket. Oh, but a good play here by the defender to put the ball forward for number 24. Oscar Garcia by the Australians. Now the US back, scrumming the ball down, 42 seconds to go.
Call from the referee.
Call here.
Pushing down on the head, holding.
Free throw for Australia.
Sorry.
I think it's timeout.
Timeout, blue team.
Yeah, timeout, but it's a good timeout here for the US.
Free ball, white team. Pushing
So
down an opponent.
We have another fun fact from Sharp Like a Razor in the live stream chat. González Sema played for Beta in the 2016 EuroLeague. All right, so quite some experience here. Gonzalo Serna with the place with the number 31. So what do you say about the game so far, Thomas? I think it's quite evenly. Both teams were pushing hard on each other's basket with a lot of chances, but none of them did manage to score after the first 15 minutes.
The more pressing chance for the US Americans, where they could have placed the ball into an empty basket. Australia having played down some good chances here for themselves, but a couple of times the guys not in position properly. The open side of basket not taken up by the Australians, but the gameplay of the Australians to open up the plays underneath the US American basket a bit superior here to the US Americans.
Timeout over.
Now 30 seconds to go, and Australia might put 5 players here on the offense in the first halftime and try to score once more, but they shouldn't. Oh yeah, they're going to move.
Okay, we have half a minute, and this is a good chance for Australia now in the attack to go in for 1 goal and to start the second half with a lead, but tackle up to the surface. 15 seconds left.
Okay.
8, 7, 6. Time is ticking. End of the first half.
All right.
Pretty equal game for both of them. So, facts about Australia. The captain of the Australian team, Scott Phillips, 32 years old forward, and plays with the Convicts in Tasmania. He's in the national team since 2018. I think we go now for advertising.
Yep.
Or not? Yes, we go. So yes,
right.
some facts again about the Australian team.
US facts.
We have 3 coaches. There are no US facts. They didn't fill out the.
Well, US,
diary.
no US American facts there. If you don't send us the facts prior to the championship.
So we have. Sorry, it was a little bit loud. We have 3 coaches in the. Hello world. We have 3 coaches in the Australian team: Angus Lemon, Steve Kilpatrick, and Ricardo Iriarte. Key players, all teams almost give the same answer to the question about key players, all of them.
Every player is important in a tournament like this.
So the ranking in the previous World Championship 2015 in Cali was the 11th. And the goal for the World Championship here in Graz, ensure the tournament, improve our ranking from last time. They had 2 training camps, selections.
A lot of different players from different teams there. 3 players from the top clubs here, and then 1 player from the Convicts, the captain, 1 player from Sydney, 1 player from Adelaide. Quite interesting, and they did receive support, which is very important for those long travels here, at least administratively.
How many clubs in your country? 6 clubs. The names are Brisbane, Uni, Dive, Galls, Tasmanian Convicts, Sydney UNSW, Wales, Perth Raiders, Victoria Sea Dragons, Canberra Underdogs, Adelaide White Pointers, Sydney UWR, and Melbourne UWR. A big shout out to all these teams in Australia doing a great job, becoming one of the big underwater rugby nations. We're looking forward to see more teams from Australia in the future.
Yeah, now 1 minute to go during the halftime break. And Australia versus USA at the 2019 Underwater Rugby World Championship here in Cali in Graz. Cali in Graz.
Well,
our brains are a bit fried by now.
Yes. The thing is, the concentration on the live stream, sitting here, having all these different games in the head and talking. So after some days, the maximum I did so far was the World Championships of George Juniors with Lorena. We did all 4 or 5 days together, and it's really difficult to keep your head into the game and to be concentrated, and you start mixing them up, the names and the
of course,
like Cali and Graz
here in Austria, not to be mixed up with Australia, who's currently playing.
You just want to be Colombian, Thomas. That's why you just put Graz into Colombia, and you want to play with the Colombian team.
I'm usually not that much into heat and humidity.
Neither are the Colombians. Who said it was too hot when they arrived here last week, Monday.
Well, now back into the game, Australia here immediately going for the ball, moving forward very quickly. Freddy Corrales here with the initial swim off.
And a call from the referee. It's a
free throw, blue, holding.
Free throw against Australia.
Now 13 seconds played and a free throw against Australia. Now taken by number 96, Juan Mario Mana.
69.
US moving on to 96.
Ah, yeah, it's 96 in the US and 69 in the Australian.
69 is the Coyote. And now the ball moving on to the Australian basket. US trying to play from the corner. Oh, a good attack here.
Like a Merla-like attack with the knee under the goalkeeper.
Locked up
exchange of the goalkeepers
for Australia here. You can see the US now trying to pace through the Australian defense. Yet again, being scrummed away. The US players quite strong physically, so.
But I think so are Australians. I think they don't.
Good opportunity here.
Ball was
nobody
pushed
saw the
out.
ball. The ball was pushed out.
Recovered by the US players, and they are starting to circle again around the Australian defense, waiting for the team players to get into position before the ball carrier goes into the defense.
The basket. Yet again. Now the ball back in possession for the Australians, and Australia. That was a risky one, but good actions. Alex Williams here moving forward now for the Australians. Yes, they'll swim confident back into their own side, but now moving in number 20, who's not on our list. Australia here setting up the gameplay in front of the US American basket. Defense though quite stable here for the US so far.
Australia still in ball possession, coming back on the US basket.
Quick move onto the US basket.
Ball carriers going on the surface right on top of the basket, going down.
Good pass downwards onto the open side. Can the ball move to the other side? The ball, now the ball dropped onto the goalkeeper. And Esto Altman now trying to move forward, twisting around a bit to shake off the Australian forwards. The picture should move forward as well, please. Oh, the ball dropping down.
The ball is back in our picture.
Picked up by Mike Pickett here for US. Oh, and a good recovery here for the Australians. Ball being pushed forward.
US now heavily defending. We see two defenders going down around the basket. First attack fended off. Ricardo is throwing the ball in the open. That was an angry pass. But
well picked up though by Carlos Ladesma, who's trying to move in from the top and now in front of the basket.
That's a good chance. He tries to steal the basket.
Scott Phillips, the captain, trying to go for the execution, but the defense of the US Americans in place here now, locking up the ball on the surface.
Above the US basket. Recovered by number 19.
Matteo Galliano, the captain for the US Americans.
Pushes into the half, out of bounds.
Yep. And it should be a free throw for Australia here. US Americans swimming out of bounds.
Free throw, White.
Yes, it's a free throw against the US. We're about 3.5 minutes into the second half here.
Timeout, blue team.
Okay.
Timeout by the US here. The first time in the second half for the US Americans.
Another Aussie fun fact by Sharp Like a Razor. You deliver us here the news. Australian team manager Lucy Perdomo was a judge for the synchronized swimming in 2000 Sydney Olympics. She has also won countless titles in free diving and underwater hockey. Thank you for that.
Well done there.
Interesting. So, still back and forth here of both teams. Both had chances, didn't score though until now. Just a little background to us. I have Thomas Stenk with here. Say some words to yourself.
Hello there.
Thank you very much, Thomas. My name is Wolf, and I'm with a commentator team from the Champions Cup in Berlin. Also underwater rugby coach with an official Olympic license, haha, and the referee, haha, and too much time in the whole thing underwater rugby, as you can imagine. But I think a lot of people being and playing here do the same, like Thomas too.
Should I say as well that I have a referee license?
Yes, please do.
Okay, so I do as well. Like a lot of underwater rugby players who have to referee as well as play at the same time at tournaments from time to time.
And just a background for the license, you have to refresh it every
free throw wide.
Every 2 years.
Yep. It's a new rule though.
Yeah.
It was introduced last year or the day before, the year before.
And back in the game, Australian ball possession and trying to get closer to the US basket. Here we go. This is number 87.
Now good screen here underneath the basket.
8 pushing from the open side.
Mano with the screen there for the Australians, but the ball being blocked away by the US. And now, yet again, the recovery here. Matteo Galliano for the US, but cannot hold on to the ball. And the Australians are pushing hard onto the US American basket.
The number 24 from the Australians tried to create a block. Oscar Garcia didn't manage.
Ooh, good opportunity here now for the Australians, but the goalkeeper can't hold on.
Ricardo is waiting on the open side. Call from the referee.
No, it was a horns outside.
No. Oh,
but
this
Nielsen
is another
trying
chance.
to move in now, being alone on the basket, but the ball now picked up. Mike Pickett here with the pickup, and now there's the call by the referee.
That was a holding, really bad holding on the head, on the equipment of the head.
Free throw against US, and the Australians trying to steal away the basket here immediately. They have stolen the basket. Why aren't they not executing the free throw?
Oh, they should go fast. No,
the goalkeeper in
but
between.
It wasn't started. The game wasn't started yet. Didn't he? I didn't hear the horn.
Honestly, as soon as the player is showing the ball on the surface, the referee has to start the game.
Okay, that was a chance.
That was Sweden moving back in. US defense back in position.
Australia still in ball possession, going in again. Less than 10 minutes left in the second half here. And Australia pushing really hard, putting a lot of pressure on the US basket. But until now, the US defense is holding strong. But with all the pressure here coming in with a lot of chances, it's probably a question of time if the US players don't manage to get away from their own basket like they do now. Breaking free. Number 91 is receiving the pass, passing it on to 47, and they're going forward.
Cyrus Cattrack for the US. Forward to number 12, Mauricio Beltran. Now the US trying to set up some gameplay here on the side of the Australians. Australian forechecking already being positioned and recovering the ball here.
Back in Australian hands.
Quick counter-attack for the Australians. Juan Colorado moving forward. The US defender here having a bit of trouble to
two more Australian players at the basket.
Two Australians underneath the basket. Can he move
Pushed.
the ball?
Oh, the basket is empty.
That's
That's a chance. He waited a little bit too long with his attack.
Hesitating for a moment here, but can the ball move back to... There's the goal for Australia!
Number 8.
9, Carlos Ladesima. Number 9 for the Australians, Carlos Ladesima, with the final execution here, but a very well executed counter-attack by the Australians onto the goal of the USA.
That was a well-earned goal, but it could also have happened on the Australian basket. But the last minutes, Australia pushed really hard into the defense of the US, and this was a goal really hard work for.
Blue team at the same time. Blue team warning kicking.
Warning for kicking here. A team warning kicking against the US. Now the US really in trouble. Did you hear the team warning given away to the US players yet?
Yes.
Okay. No, he just said it to the referee desk, but he didn't tell the players.
I haven't seen
the coach. The coach, Mathieu Gagnal, the captain is there. So yeah, he will have received the team warning. He's now complaining a bit with the referee. Referees though generally very unimpressed by players complaining unless it's a critical issue.
And you should never complain to a referee, even if you don't if you don't agree with the decision, but there's no use in arguing with referees or complaining.
Timeout over. Continue.
Yes, trying to move forward. Being held back here a little bit in the middle of the pool. Nobody here to pass to. And the Australians here trying to move the ball forward into US half again. Reaching the basket quite easily here. Now the defense in place, but the play for Australia. Jared Carney here already waiting on it. Oh, the ball dropped down and being attacked from behind. Matej Galliano.
A cluster on the surface on the US side at the wall next to the basket. Number 19 and number 19 from the US and number 1 from Australia.
Brady Corrales, and now Coyote moving in again, and yet number 55 waiting. Jared Carney underneath the US basket, has to move back though. And a very good game here by the Australians.
7.5 minutes left.
Pushing the US Americans back onto their own goal. Yet again, Carney here waiting underneath the goal to execute.
Oh,
cannot push in properly though.
Chance.
Brady Kilpatrick, Corrales. Good pass down underneath the goalkeeper's back, but well aware here to the forward, blocking the attack, and the heavy goalkeeper here to defend against the push. Ooh, the ball dropping down. Yeah, Mano slowing down the game here a bit. Corrales again.
Australia is taking now a little bit the pace out of the game. The time is working in their favor. As long as they control the ball and stay away from the US forechecking, They are not in danger of losing this game. They're leading 1-0. Dangerous pass,
handover
close to the US forechecking.
Riccardo Iarrate. But Matteo Galeano here going for the ball, but the ball being handed over yet again to Riccardo Iarrate. Ooh, that's a lot of shoving here.
Number 24 is stealing the basket, was pushed away from the US.
Ooh, that was a lot of shoving.
Goalkeeper. Oh, this is
good attack
good
here.
chance.
Oh, and a nice pass to the right. But Matteo Galeano being in place.
Saw
for
this
the
coming,
US.
and the defense was right.
Oh, yet another attack onto the US basket. But
he
cannot
get a
execute.
Couldn't get a hold of the head of the goalkeeper lying on the basket, on the US
24
basket.
now, Oscar Garcia trying to move in. Quick pass backwards.
We see here really coming attack after attack from the Australians.
The Australian here trying to move onto the US basket as often as they possibly can, but the ball being taken away now by the US players.
5.5 minutes left.
In serious trouble to move out of their own half this halftime, but now a good chance here to counter-attack against Australia.
And we're back at the Australian basket, and it's 5 minutes left, and it's not impossible for the US to equalize, and that will put Australian back on the pressure. They really should keep the ball inside their own ranks and save it and swim as much as they can if they are still able to. They might be tired, but they know the US have to go for and equalize with everything they have, otherwise this game is lost for the US players.
Scott Phillips. Pass swimming here by the Australians onto the US basket. Pass towards
Very
Scott
well
again,
done. They established
nearly
the attack
picked off
pattern
by Reese Robertson. 7-1. Pass forward to Mauricio Beltran, who's trying to pass onto the side of the Australians, but Australia locking him up immediately.
Ball
Nice
drops
drop
down.
down.
Oh,
and now a
fast
fast counterattack against
There
the
is
goal.
no defender, just a goalkeeper. But now the Australian
Ooh,
defense
number
is in
6
place.
Juan Colorado
locked
here
around,
with the
the
save
ball.
for the Australians. Locking up the ball.
Less than 4 minutes left. Still enough
Still
time
risky here.
for the US to score.
Oh, but the ball picked up. The Australians are now moving on to the other side again. Freddy Corrales.
That is another fast
Good pass to the
attack
right.
on the
Oh, the
US.
pass downwards. Can he put it back?
Pass back on
Putting
the
it up. Oh, and there's the score.
Nice work with a counter attack around the goalkeeper.
Manacon,
of the US.
yeah, Mano with the
Very well
final
done.
executing here, but
Back and forth, and then from the close side, it was right under the goalkeeper, pushing up the
98.
goalkeeper 96.
good assist
And
by
scoring.
Freddy Corrales as well. Well done by the Australians. Now 4 minutes approximately to play, and the Australians here up by 2 points. Now the lead quite comfortable for the Australians here in this game against the United States of America. US having a lot of trouble moving into the half of the Australians throughout the entire halftime. Now the US trying to move on to the Australian basket, but Australians defense in place and the clock ticking down in favor of Australia here. The US just swimming a bit left and right, and Australia quite comfortable just staying in their own half, waiting for the US to come in. Yeah, now the attempt to go in. Matteo Galeano here trying to move the ball into the corner, and Mike Pickett here trying to go to extra. Good placement here, and there's the score for the US.
Wow, nice one.
Well done by the US team
Still
here.
2.5 minutes left, and this is enough time for the US
Julian
to keep on the
Muriel
pressure.
underneath the goalkeeper. A
91.
quick play from the right to the left side.
This game is going to getting
Julian
exciting in
Muriel
the end
with the
here.
execution, and now
It's not impossible for the US to equalize.
Yes.
Then we will go into overtime in the extension. So Australia can now work with the time, keeping the ball safe, playing it between them, not risking losing it in attack. Time is working in favor of Australia now.
Colorado Oh, that was a
Nice
risky pass, but it
wide
went
pass.
forward. Juan Colorado with a
But
good
Australia
reception
goes
here.
in for the attack on the US
Mano
basket
Mano
from the
yet
open
again
side.
underneath the basket. There's the referee call. Attack on equipment, and I think it's a free throw for Australia.
Free throw wide.
Yes. Free throw for
Attacking
Australia here.
Equipment.
The Australians taking their time executing the free throw. Player number 8 is lying next
2
to
meters.
to Ricardo. He's not even looking at him, but he's
Mike
too close.
Pickett. 2 meters. And Ricardo Iriarte is
Here
right
we go, execution of a free throw, last 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Number
Freddy
1 of the
Corrales trying to
Australian,
move forward. Ooh, the ball just
Freddy
dropping
Corrales. Ricardo here, back to Frederick. And to number 3, Angus Lemon.
down. Now, and Mano again underneath the US basket, but has to move back up. Iriarte back in possession. Moving over to Lamin again.
1.5 minutes left.
Iriarte.
US really should
Good screen here.
go forward.
Alex Williams with the screen in front of the goal, but now good attack here coming in. Juan Colorado trying to move on to the US basket. One of those players who can accelerate really quickly onto in a very short distance. Very dangerous, those players.
1 minute 10.
1 minute 10.
It's again the same situation, Thomas. I always tell my team if we are lagging behind 1 goal and there's only 1 minute to play, we throw everything forward.
Move out.
No defense more on their own basket because you have to score.
It doesn't
risk
matter
everything.
if you lose by 2
Yes.
or by 3. If you can't score, you have to move out in the last minute of the game. And there's the
goal.
3rd goal. Or was it a...
There was a call from the referee. It looks like it's no. It's not sure if it was a goal, if the referee saw foul playing before the score.
Penalty
Penalty.
throw for white team.
Interesting decision in this case.
Yeah,
The goalie was holding the basket.
Yeah, but he
the ball was
scored.
already in.
Yes, that's interesting. That's in disadvantage now
yeah.
for
That-
Australia.
It was an advantage. That's one of those clear advantage situations for a team.
If
And
they
usually
score,
you-
if they're
yeah.
holding their score, they should leave the goal, the score to the team. I'd say.
Yeah.
But
Interesting decision by the referee, though.
because wasn't the call of the horn after the goal? Because there was no call before the goal.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, nevertheless, we see a penalty here in the last minutes of the game. Executed by number 69 of the
Coyote
Australian
again.
team.
Juan Colorado for the Australians.
And on the goal,
Moving in quite slowly here.
coming
Ooh,
from
but now accelerating
above,
quickly.
trying to get under the goalkeeper
of
on the
Esmark is
basket.
moving around quite well.
Oh, that was
and
nice.
there is the execution.
Well done, over the head. He turned around,
Well done.
went over the head of the goalkeeper.
Juan de Yomano here with
Goal,
the attempt to
number
defend, but
69.
well done.
69.
Well done by number 69. Juan Colorado, the Coyote for the Australian team here. And now the comfortable 3-1 lead for Australia. 27 seconds to go. This game is over here for the US.
Really over, yes, totally. Well played by both teams, and it looked like US had a good of a chance to equalize in the last 2 minutes, but didn't manage. Australia was a little bit more up for it.
In the end, Australia pressing more.
Very well, congratulations to Australia for winning here against the United States of America. And next game coming up is Austria male team against Finland. And we have to go for an interview. You want to do it, Thomas?
Yes, I think you might go here for an interview with the Australians, right?
Yep, if you want to do it, I'm happy. I have to meet with my data group, Irfan and Julie. Talk about the sensors we want to test in the earmuffs of the players. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll be back soon.